Welcome to qualifying for MotoGP and the San Marino Grand Prix of 2025. The World Circuit Marco Simoncelli in Misano in Rimini is home to Valentino Rossi. Several of the riders also call this place home. But today, it's all about can Marc Marquez dominate in the land of his hero turned rival. Hello everybody, we're getting set then for what's going to be a very interesting session. Let's head down to the paddock and join Susie Perry.
Hello, welcome back to Misano. We were both absolutely gripped to that session. Not just a free practice 2 session, it feels like it had a lot more meaning in there. Bez certainly meaning business.
Oh yeah, it feels like it's on. You know, you've got different manufacturers there.
You've got 4 different manufacturers in the top 4.
With loads of pace. You've got Morbidelli, obviously the local boy, as well as bsky. You've got Marini, another local boy on the Honda, looking really good with the pace as well. So essentially this is race pace that they were doing there, but so close, and so many people at the moment looks like they could contest Marc.
Yeah, and we had a frustrated Fabio in there as well, who likes to use that session to see what he can do in Q1.
Yeah, I mean, for Fabio, it looks like he's going to have to pull another magic trick, you know, with that soft rubber. He's got the ability to generate that lap time, and we know that. He knows it as well, but there, the bike was really twitchy, and I've got to say, you know, for doing the media lap yesterday, actually, for being on track yesterday, there is so many bumps. It feels like there's more bumps than usual, and there, that section, especially 11, 12, and 13, the bikes feel really, really lively, and we can see it on TV, and yeah, Fabio getting frustrated there, losing a bit of control, losing composure with the Yamaha. But I think it's something that every rider is experiencing. Every bike is twitchy around here, and they have to deal with it. Obviously for Fabio, he likes it, you know, when the bike is really planted, when he can be sort of on rails with that inline 4 Yamaha, and at the moment, yeah, it's not quite happening.
Yeah, and across the board, really, because we saw a little off, didn't we, with the V4 as well, with Augusto Fernandez. And I suppose, you know, we have to expect that in these early stages.
Yeah, I mean, Fernandez is being kind, though, to that V4, because he's crashing it, but he's crashing it
nicely.
Twice in turn 2, and twice possibly the best corner to crash. You know, it's just a very, very slow, low side. You know, you lose the front gently, and it looks like he didn't even break anything. So, so yeah, he's pushing the limits. And that V4 is actually close to the inline 4 as well, which is a really good sign for Yamaha.
Yeah, really good sign. Now, understandably, I suppose, Yamaha haven't really wanted anybody to get the camera stuck in and take a closer look. But yesterday and today, there have been some close shots. So Michael has been analysing them with his magnifying glass.
We got our first look at the Yamaha V4 in pit lane, some really close-up shots. It is pretty much a Yamaha in terms of the DNA. It looks like the inline 4, but some significant changes. So let's run the pictures and just take a little bit of a look, a closer look at what we've seen so far. Obviously, this V4, it's going to be new, the latest technology that Yamaha have available. And we've talked about it a lot, the tuned mass damper. And I think that's fairly clear evidence that they have, obviously, these sensors going in and out. The engineers will plug in to tune that mass, which is actually moving back and forward to counteract the chatter and the frequencies out on track. So Yamaha have been working with that on the inline 4, but yeah, that's pretty clear. That's a new evolution. The seat unit itself looks pretty similar to the current version, but much heavier in terms of the aerodynamic body. They've always had to go a little bit lighter on the aerodynamics because they didn't have the brute horsepower, but now whenever you've got these 2 cylinders going up and 2 cylinders going back, this V4, it's got a little centralized crankshaft that can take a lot more load and a lot more revs and a lot more energy put through it, so it gives more horsepower, more output. So we look forward to seeing that on track. But listening to Bernie warm it up, it's definitely changed the character. It sounds a little bit more aggressive. Obviously, this is in pit lane, but you could remember the Yamaha M1 engine always sounded a little bit softer, a little bit docile than perhaps some of the V4s. This one sounds like it's got some punch, and we look forward to seeing that evolve on track. The top clamp, look how thin that one is. It's just a little web of aluminium, obviously developed on the inline 4 currently, and a lot of technology coming across. The dash and front fairing all very similar. The main shift obviously is the engine. You can see these two exhausts coming out from the rear bank of cylinders, two into one final exhaust, and you've got the exhaust valve on top, which is fairly typical. That is the engine braking exhaust valve. And then down the bottom here, we've got another two into one. So it's two cylinders coming out the front into those set of exhausts and two into the back. Very typical of all the other V4s on the grid. It sounds different. It's working different. Augusto Fernandez as test rider, only half a second off Fabio Quartararo on track, which is where he typically would have been with the inline four. So you've got to say, put Fabio on that bike, and he's going faster already.
It's been a fascinating weekend so far, hasn't it? Looking at the V4, and we were so wanting Bernie in the pit lane just to obviously
give it a little rest.
Yeah, just go on, open it up a bit. But obviously they always just do that quite gently. It's a good story so far. Fabio Quartararo will be going in this session, obviously with all the Yamahas, but he's heading them. So he was 12th fastest yesterday, and you have to look at what he did in that last session. He was 7th quickest. One of the favourites to go through here.
Yeah. And well, the last few races he has gone through. He's gone through that Q1, and he's been able to go onto the front row or to really put a decent qualifying position. So yeah, you'd say Fabio is one of the favourites there. That said, he has been a little bit frustrated, like we've seen before, and yeah, the Yamaha looks really twitchy. But with that, with that new grip, that new rear tyre, he definitely is the favourite.
Yeah, got some names in here, of course, haven't we? Maverick Vinales, Brad Binder's in there. Johan Zarco was the fastest of them. Enea Bastianini, what's he doing in Q1, Gav?
Absolutely.
Well, this will be the question, won't it? Morning, everybody. Welcome up to the commentary box. We're underway then. First time we've been up here today in the booth. As we get our practice concluded, qualifying begins for round 16 of the MotoGP World Championship, the San Marino Grand Prix. Last one before we go over to the European races, Japan, in 2 weeks' time. We'll take a look at Fermin Aldeguer, 20 years old out there. This is who's in Q1, by the way. Johan Zarco, Augusto Fernandez, Maverick Vinales, Fabio Quartararo, Enea Bastianini, Ralph Fernandez, Brad Binder, Sonkat Chantra, Alex Rins, Jack Miller, Fermin Aldeguer, Ayagura, and Miguel Oliveira. Hello Tig, hello Sean, hello Plug, and everybody else watching as well. Hopefully you're all having a wonderful morning. I'll wait for Megan to say who our top 2 picks to go through to the next session is, because it's a very close field, this one. There's a lot around the whole area that we're not going to be 100% sure on. So this will be, I think, a new revelation as to who's going to go up front, who's going to improve. But the fast times are coming. Apparently the internet and the media side is not that great. As over the line comes now Fermin Aldeguer down towards turn number 1. Okay, I'll say my picks as Megan's running a bit late. Evening, Michael. Evening, everybody. So I think the 2 going through will be Fabio Quartararo and Johan Zarco. So I think it'll be Quartararo and Zarco coming through. As Megan comes into the commentary box, we see Fermin's girlfriend, who always looks like she's petrified, coming through here today.
Wouldn't you be?
That's a good point as well. Good morning, Megan. So into qualifying we go. And Aldeguer just hugging the inside line down into turn 8.
See, Goodwood's quite exciting.
Goodwood is wet, safety car, yes.
They've got that one started again.
Yeah, that's the number 11. That just restarted the race actually as well. It was running in 4th position. Reminder that you can watch the Goodwood revival meeting, the first race, and also after the weekend there will be all the races combined into one programme.
A long one.
Yeah, and that'll get premiered on Tuesday. Tuesday. Oh no, actually I'm wrong. The schedule is it'll premiere on next Saturday. Yeah, so it's next Saturday, in between the, during the weekend. There's a different one, so it's next Saturday you can join us for that. I think it's after the Formula 1 qualifying.
Right, so...
There's Aldeguer's girlfriend. Yay, did it, P1.
Yay.
131, 156. Bastianini second, Miller, Oliveira, Chantra, Rins, Zarco, or Colorado.
So Ralph Fernandez is looking quite fast in his sector. Got sector 3 time of being a red one.
I don't know if Megan will agree with me or not, but I think it's borderline to having the heater on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we need to sort this out.
No, apparently Mum says actually we can put it there if we run a cable. So
No, we can't put it there because then you
No.
get 0 heat.
Oh, I don't mind. I don't care about the heat. He'll heat the box up. She also talks about putting it on the wall. Yeah.
No, we're clean.
Bastianini then, looking stronger. He's up already as he comes into turn 14 by 0.145 of a second.
Because when we clean that up, we can put some of those on there.
I want the chair back.
Then behind them.
Yeah. An AM Fabi, says Julian. That's his 2 to go through. Sean saying, I'm saying Colorado and Aldeguer. Tick saying either an AM, Fabi, Raul, Ogura or Furman. And Bastianini and Binder for sure presenting red sectors. Picks of Raul and... Well, Tick's now gone for picks of Raul and Miguel. Who are your picks to go through?
Raul and Miller.
I went for Binder and Colorado. So, yeah, Binder's top at the moment.
Different thoughts all
No,
there.
I didn't go for Binder. I went for Zarco and Colorado. I'm changing my mind already. Binder's just got top there, 131.015. Yeah, so I went for Colorado, who's 3rd, and Zarco, who's 7th. So who knows who really well at the moment.
Do you know what I'm really struggling with the past couple of months? Do you know there's this one spider in our bathroom? It's tinier. Not like the one I had to get rid of yesterday. And it's, for some reason, it only comes awake when I go in the shower. And it's a constant battle to make sure it doesn't just like go down on a web. I'm constantly just being like, no, go back up.
That's you all over.
Yeah.
But Binder's done a... No, well, Colorado's in red sector 1, so is Vinales, but...
There used to be 2. I wonder what happened to the other one.
Not having completely the run. This is the San Marino Grand Prix, of course. Held in Italy, in Rimini, because in the Emilia-Romagna region, because... Oh, Zarco went straight off the track there as well, so he'll have his lap time cancelled for track in the midst.
Yours ain't looking that good.
Yeah, Vinales already had that. And Colorado, however, is up by 0.13 of a
Rins.
second, so it's looking stronger. Yeah, Alex Rins is looking good.
I reckon he might go like 5th.
There comes Aldeguer over the line, second fastest at the moment, goes to P1, it's a 1:30.852. Quartararo's just behind him. Rins does go up there into 5th place, but Quartararo's gone fastest by 10,000th of a second, a 1:38.42.
Rao seems to have messed up in the second sector. And that's Quartararo.
Yeah, he's cut off turn 1.
They always do that for some reason. It's like they're just like, oh, I can't be bothered with it this time. Turn.
Turn 1, yeah. Well, the one thing we need to be looking at is watch out for the number 7, Augusto Fernandez, running that Yamaha V4 engine. Let's see what that is going to deliver in a qualifying session. Remember, Colorado did test it in the opening 15 minutes of practice one yesterday, but he'll get his first proper runs on the bike all day on Monday. And you can watch that post-season test live, and that'll be on JBMotorsports 2.
Yesterday it wasn't such a good run for it though, was it?
No,
Especially
it
since
hasn't been
Augusto
today.
stopped.
Augusto crashed in practice, the hour-long practice.
I think it's definitely a bad idea.
And he crashed in the practice 2 session about 20 minutes ago, yeah.
So, not good
Yes.
review so far. Definitely requires improvement.
Yep.
Oh, that's the pearl necklace you're on about. Okay, that seems more dangerous. Especially since if Pearl breaks, it's really, really sharp. And if he crashes, especially into gravel, then that's going to break so easily and end up giving him loads of mini cuts.
Do you want to give him a call? Tell him? We can
Tell him go back to the chain.
Here's the thing, Simon's there this weekend, obviously, as he always is, but Maddie's actually in Mazzano as well. So I could give
Can
Maddie...
they let him know about how breakable and sharp pearls can be?
I could give Maddie a dial-up and say, Maddie, can you just go down to Fabio and tell him to stop wearing that necklace, please?
Yeah.
In
Because...
fact, here, tell her.
No. I'm sure it's been safety checked. Hopefully.
I'll dial her up in between the practice, in between the qualifying sessions.
But if he crashes and end up getting really, really poked by the pearls, just saying. I said it first.
I'll send them both a text saying, could you just tell Fabi? Thank you very much.
To look up what happens when pearls break. Hold on. I shall look it up myself quickly and show you.
If it's graphic, remember.
No. It's just broken pearls and how sharp it can be.
Look at how to guess. Just like, what do we do here? Where do we go? It's Raul Fernandez. 4th after run 1. Be an interesting run to see how that's going to change over. There's so much more intrigue and degradation coming to this. By the way, if you're a bike fan, and you are because you're watching MotoGP, tune in to JB Motorsports coverage of Goodwood at 11:05 British Summer Time, so 11:05 AM British Summer Time. The Barry Sheen Memorial Trophy. Bikes of the 1930s. Oh, big one there!
Oh.
Straight off, it's one of the KTMs. Straight into it, Anea Bastianini.
Yep.
Sliding off, and that bike has hit the
15.
air fence. And that's a fast one at turn 15. We remember Mia Ruskin went through there as well. And
It basically chucked him off and did reverse high side.
It's hit the air fence, but it hasn't popped the air fence, which is good news.
No.
But that was a weird accident for him. Sort of landed on his shoulder.
That would be uncomfortable.
Yeah. Yellow flags are out, sector 4. Next.
Pearls are softer than gemstone and they can chip or crack with age and wear. These broken pieces can create sharp, jagged edges on the pearl. Imitation pearls, made to look like pearls, might have sharper points or rougher surfaces than real pearls, and they're often made from glass or plastic. So, please go back to the chain. I'm really concerned now for Fabi.
If anybody knows, it's you, isn't it?
Yeah, and I should be the safety regulator at this point.
The MotoGP safety regulator coming in, yeah.
Yeah. It's like, it's normal chain, it's fine.
Well, we've just added into our qualifying stream, it's not already, the yellow flag graphic. I know it's on the top of the screen anyway, the timing screen, but this will tell you more simpler if there's a yellow flag out in sectors 1, 2, 3 or 4. So we just made it a little bit simpler for you back at home to identify where they're going to be.
Do you know, the thing is, even if I think Fabi was told,
yeah,
he'd just ignore it.
He probably would be, yeah.
He'd just still wear it.
Just to go back to my comment then, yeah, so 11:05 AM British summertime. Join us on this JB Motorsports channel for the Goodwood Revival, the Barry Sheen Memorial Trophy, up to 1939 to 1966 motorcycles.
Woohoo!
And some classics, absolute classics being ridden. So if you want some proper bike racing without any of these rear anti-slip machinies, ride height devices, aero,
In
then
fairness,
come watch.
anti-slip machine doesn't do anything. It's a slip machine at this point. It's a I'm gonna kick the rear of the bike machine.
Yeah, it's basically the buckaroo.
Yeah. It's a here's a rodeo bull. See how long you can last on this.
Taking of KTM with the Red Bull as he comes over the line, literally. Goes up into, well, stays third actually, 1:31.6. He's not improving on his delta time. His fast time's 1:31.015. He's over 6.5 tenths of a second slower on that lap time alone. Raul Fernandez, however, is estimated to go into first position. He's up by 0.03 of a second alone in the middle sector. Old medium front tyre, brand new soft rear compound, the same gamble actually that Johan Zarco is going into right now. So there is time for improvement. There is delta for that improvement as they come through.
Do you know, Iger has just lost his lap time.
Yeah.
That is unfortunate.
Here comes Raul. What have you got then, Raul? Over the line.
Third.
Third fastest. Good time. 1:39.77.
Now get second.
Maverick Vinales has yet to set a lap time in this session. It keeps getting deleted, as you said, Megan. And he's done, how many laps has he done? 5 laps, I think, on the timing screen it's showing as.
It's like he can't catch a break.
Yeah. And don't forget, he's fine now. So this qualifying is a bit of a weird one.
Oh,
That was Binder going a little bit whoops coming into turn 3, wasn't it?
almost fell.
Rhea was stepping out like crazy. You could hear Gavin Emmett screaming behind the commentary audio.
I was just like, did someone crash?
Yeah, Binder's really going crazy. Over the line now and doesn't improve.
In fairness, he would have almost lost a lap time anyway, because he almost went off twice.
How many laps has those tyres done now for Brad? 5 front, 2 rear.
Yeah.
He just can't find the grip. Maybe it's the front tyre that's got more of an issue for him at the moment. As Fabio Quartararo continuing on now, and he's up by 54 thousandths of a second on his own best time with 58 seconds to go.
54 and 7.
Time and time again.
I'm just going to read out the numbers from now on, but going through track limits, because it's just so much easier.
Yeah.
12. Oh, gotta be kidding me.
Maverick again with track limits. This is getting insane. He's going to start this race last at the moment for both the Tissot Sprint and the Grand Prix.
He has no more give.
He doesn't, does he? Igoa moves up into 4th place ahead of Brad Binder. 1:39.77. Quartararo goes faster still. 1:30.6. And look at Oliveira going 3rd. 1:39.
I'm starting to think that Vinales is doing this on purpose.
Yeah, I'm starting to think the same thing.
20.
Oh, look, this is quite fun, actually. In the Goodwood Trophy right now, they're 9 seconds away from the checker flag coming out. But both 1st and 2nd are just letting each other stay in position because they don't want to do another lap. No, they don't want to do another lap, but it's going to end anyway. Checker flag's out here too. So Binder goes 6th. Best laid effort and all that lot doesn't work out for him. Maverick Vinales is 38 thousandths of a second up at the moment. Here is Maverick now, and he is charging like absolute crazy.
Stay off the green.
Like that's going to happen.
You gotta live and hope.
He's 2 tenths down at the moment. this would put him 6th place. So
at least he'll do a time.
Oh no! Track limits! Best lap time cancelled for Quartararo for exceeding track limits, but he's on a faster one now.
Yeah, I saw that.
So that's Aldeguerster in P2. Over the line comes Vinales and finally gets a lap time on the board and he goes 7th fastest.
Oh, yellow, sector 2.
Yep, so who's gone down there?
Literally no one.
That's a weird one. Over the line, Raul Fernandez stays 4th.
I don't know why there's a yellow.
That is a strange situation for a yellow flag to get activated, but there isn't one. Quartararo goes faster.
Wait, Augusto has already crossed the line, so he won't come up if there was a yellow.
So it's a 1:30.481. Quartararo's fastest, and everyone else has gone through that sector.
Shortcut 88 and 79. Oh, so they've gone off, I think.
Yeah.
But why is there a yellow?
Zarco's taking the flag.
My bet is on if someone's caused it, it's Augusto.
Unless it's a practice start situation, but that's not usually how it works. You don't usually. Oh, hello, someone's. Oh, beautiful Mercedes.
It's fine.
No, it's not. The front wheel's off. Just looking down at the Goodwood screen.
They can put it back.
A beautiful silver hour Mercedes from 1939 has had its front wheel taken off, and that's going to break my heart. Oh,
they
no.
can put the front wheel back on.
Look, his accolades. Oh, no.
They can put the front
And
wheel
the
back
rear
on.
wheels come off as well. Oh.
But the bodywork is still fine.
Oh wow! They're racing the 19. That's the Maserati 150, the 150, the Alfa Romeo 150. That's the first ever Formula 1 car.
Now a yellow sector 3
That won a
as well.
Grand Prix. Wow! I didn't know that was there too. Oh, I don't believe it! The man who crashed, it's Lord March, the owner of Goodwood. He's crashed. The owner of Goodwood has crashed. Lord March in his own race has crashed. So there he is.
He can get back up again.
Yeah, Lord March.
He'll
My
get
God.
back up. It's also, I think it might be gravel that's on the track.
Yeah, that's why the yellow flag's been out there. End of Q1 then. It's Quartararo, Aldeguer, Oliveira, Raul Fernandez, Aguirre, Binder, Vinales, Zarco, Rin Zarco, Bashini, Miller, Fernandez, and Chantra. That's the order at the moment, and that's Q1 concluded. Let's head back down to Susie.
committed, and yeah, this is just as he crossed the line. Even he's surprised by that lap time, but he came into the weekend thinking that this might be possible. He's already had 3 pole positions this year and narrowly missed it last weekend, so I think he's in a good position in 1 lap trim. But it surprises me, in the free practice session just 30 minutes ago, he was frustrated, he was angry, he was ready to punch the screen, and then he turns it around and delivers. So yeah, it's good to see him animated, on form and passionate, and looks like he could do something here in Q2.
Yeah, all the emotions we had there, didn't we?
Yeah, that's Fabio. He just puts it all on the line, and you've got to think that in those laps, as a rider on the bike, when you've got that grip, the light bike, there's so much adrenaline. It's even more than at the race. Than at the start. You just have to put it all together, and you take so much risks. And yeah, you can see that he was really fired up, and then all the emotions came out. He's pouring his visor. He doesn't know what to do himself because he's produced a lap, and he's one of the best, I've got to say, at this exercise. I mean, how good is he?
Yeah, I mean, it's phenomenal, isn't it? How much now, with that advantage of Q1, does it give him for Q2, do you think?
Obviously, it's a dry run, a dress rehearsal. He now knows what the bike feels like with the low fuel load, with the grip, because obviously temperature shifts, they do affect the grip and how the bike turns, and even when to pick up the throttle, so he's fresh in his memory. It now gets another go at it, and I think he could maybe nudge another 1/10 of a second, which he'll probably need to do to better mark. So they could even elevate it even further, but yeah, it will be a fast Q2 session.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. And Fermin as well, throwing himself into the mix. Good session for him.
Yeah, good session, and you know, Fermin, and he's a rookie. He has to adapt, and even though obviously he knows the tracks, you still come to the track, and you have to get all those markers. Obviously, very, very different from Moto2, the braking points and the way the bike behaves around the track. So for him, it's always a little bit of a catch-up, you know, when you come to these to every single track. So he's doing a good job again, you know, building his weekend up, and we know that he can. You know, he's made it sometime during the season where he can be competitive during the races. Yeah. So, yeah, that was really important for him to get through.
All the Ducatis in the mix then. Obviously, the 2 factory boys through. Let's find out what their team boss, Davide Tardozzi, is feeling, how he's feeling this weekend with, well, Pecco looking a little bit brighter.
Davide, Pecco yesterday in practice, of course, went 4th. It looked like there was an upturn in form. What do you put that down to?
Yeah, I think that after suffering a bit during the first part of the season, now it seems that we found something that it helps in the confidence, mainly in the front. So I think that Misano could be the turn race. So we'll see.
We know this is his home round, and obviously he actually came out and said he hasn't really changed anything. So what setting have you gone back to?
Yeah, I think that some different setup, it helps him, and yeah, for sure the home race track, it helps a lot, and we really hoped to see Pecco back on last year's shape.
It was lovely to hear Mark say to Pecco he needs a reset. Do you think he's managed to do that coming here to his home race? Yeah,
I think that he can, but what makes us very happy is the confidence between the 2 riders, and Mark now is looking forward to have Pecco back on really his speed, because it helps both riders.
As are we. Good luck this weekend. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, Davide, brushing around that question about what's changed on the bike, because clearly it become more of an issue for Pecco rather than the actual settings.
And it happens. Obviously, Pecco has had to look inwards a lot this year and not finding those answers either from himself or from the setting in the bike. So it has been a bit of a reset. Not getting too involved with changing the bike so much. He knows how to ride around here, and yeah, he's just turned up on Friday. He looked better. The confidence is coming back with it. It's perhaps not the feeling he's after yet, but it's a much stronger Pecco. So yeah, good to see that he will be troubling the scores this weekend. I think he's going to have a good lap here in qualifying because he's a good 1-lap pace man, especially around Misano, and then he sets himself up well. I know the sprint's always tough, but a good race tomorrow.
And in terms of this session, how much does he need really to try to put himself on the front row to make that turning point?
I think for me, if I was his team manager now, I would have just advised him to just try and disconnect and again try and just feel everything with the bike. Don't look at the lap time too much, and just try and get those feelings, you know, that being at one with your bike come back to you again. It looks like it's what it's done yesterday, and it looks like he was yeah, a lot happier on the bike. So you know, a happy rider is a fast rider, and for Pecco, hopefully he's touched that bottom, you know, that really low point in Barcelona.
And he's bouncing back up again.
And he's bouncing back up, and here he can find, you know, his mojo again and found the pleasure of riding his MotoGP bike. You know, the two-time world champion. The talent is not gone anywhere. It's all in the head. He just needs to rebuild it.
I tell you what, though, it's hard to pick a pole position here, isn't it? With the lineup that we've just seen. Bez has been on fire. Franco Morbidelli's got a point to prove. Mark's Mark. Then you've got Pecco in the mix. Fabio's just had a fantastic lap time.
Alex Marquez to throw another one in.
Throw that one in, yeah.
Yeah, it is probably the most unpredictable session of the year, this Q2 session. Everyone's got a roll of the dice. Fabio Quartararo's already had pole positions this year coming through Q1. I think I'm going to go for a Fabio exceptional lap time and pick him from a pole man. But yeah, you could, any of those names you just listed, Susie, you could back them for pole position today.
Yeah, and that's great to see. What about Marco Bezzecchi? Because he has looked pretty special this weekend, hasn't he?
He has. He's got really good chance. Bezzecchi looking good, and yeah, playing the team game as well with Martin. So Bezzecchi's got a chance. For me, Marquez is still the favourite, but it's going to be super tight, just like we've seen in that Q1. You know, the lap times are really close around here, and it's hard to call.
Yeah, hard to call. A little bit of an advantage for the home riders, or not?
Yeah, still an advantage, I think, when you look at Morbidelli, Pecco, Bezzecchi. They spend a little bit more time here than their rivals, so it just gives them a little bit of a buoyancy coming into the weekend, track knowledge, where everything works and how the track evolves as the temperature increases.
As they head out, and a bit of extra power from the crowd, I think. But what can this man do? Fabio Quartararo, from Q1 to Q2, can he stick it on the front row, Gav?
Thanks very much, Susie. Here we go again then. Time now for the next session to venture out onto the circuit. Green light, and away we go for Q number 2.
Jared, you said green light, and for some reason now I want to watch Squid Game. Because I haven't dared rewatch it since June when I finished the final, so now I'm going to have to watch it again.
Well, Megan actually really had a go at me once because I think it was MotoGP, wasn't it, where it was just after Squid Game came out, and I went red light, green light, because there was a red light and then green light, wasn't there? I think was it Spain?
I think.
Yeah.
Now I really want to watch it. Okay, I've got to watch it. I love Squid Game.
Of course, they mainly now just have the lights. Beautiful safety cars, by the way, at Goodwood Revival, if you want to watch our coverage alongside us. We've got a beautiful Bentley and an Aston Martin DB5. Oh, yeah. I've always thought that would make an amazing safety car. Marc Marquez will have a title chance at the Japanese Grand Prix if he outscores Alex Marquez by 10 points in the Tissot Sprint today. Do you know what that basically means?
Crash.
No.
Win.
Oh, well, yes, you're right. Marc has to win, and Alex needs to be there. Alex needs to be outscored Marc Marquez by more than 34 points to deny Marc a title chance at the Japanese Grand Prix. That's over today and tomorrow.
No, ain't happening.
So, yeah.
I think Marc is going to be trying desperately to do everything he can to make him crash.
It's 37 for a weekend. 5, 6, 7. So, even that, yeah.
He's going to want to make him crash. It's probably going to psych him out constantly.
If Alex crashes, the title can be won in Japan. If not, it goes on to Indonesia.
Mark's going to be sending him pictures of people crashing bikes. He's like, have you seen this? And then just like, don't psych me out.
So Japan, 26th to the 28th of September. Followed then by Indonesia, 3rd to the 5th of October. Australia, 17th to the 19th of October. Malaysia, 24th to 26th of October. Then we go over to Portugal, 7th to the 9th of November. And Valencia, 14th to the 16th of November. So effectively, we are 2 months today until the season ends for MotoGP. Yes. We're 3 months away from Formula 1 ending.
No.
Yes.
No.
90 days.
No.
Yes.
No.
Less than 60 days.
Ah.
Still, who do you think is going to take pole position then, Megan? Yeah, but can I just point out, we're cramming in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 races in those months.
I know, but still.
That's 7 races inside 3 months. It's insane. Go on.
2 months.
September to October to November. Yeah, count the month, remember?
That's not a lot of breaks.
It's not.
I'm gonna say Acosta.
For pole?
Yeah.
That's brave. I'm going Mark.
I'm being brave.
Mark's gone top, 130.624. He's 24 thousandths of a second ahead of Alex. Morbidelli's gone third, 130.878. Bezzecchi, Acosta fifth. Digi, Marini, Martin, Quadraro. That's the 9 so far. As they will continue to fly in. Now, if Marc Marquez gets pole position, by the way, it will be his 75th career pole position in MotoGP, but he's 103rd overall.
Good start.
Good start, yeah. I think everyone's just Betsy's going to close out now as much as they can.
Yeah. For a minute, I
session.
thought there was horse racing at Goodwood. But
There is horse racing at Goodwood.
It's just an app.
Yes, but there is horse racing at Goodwood. Goodwood has the festival speed.
What, do they have a chariot race as well?
Yes. Yeah.
What of the ancient Greece?
Goodwood, mate.
They
Go-
really are going for the old cars.
Goodwood
Chariots.
Festival of Speed, Goodwood Members Meeting, Goodwood Revival Meeting, Goodwood Air Festival, Glorious Goodwood, the horse racing.
So, Goodwood BC era.
I'm being spammed already. Yeah. 28, what's just happened? Jimmy Johnson. If you're an American fan, by the way, you can tune in to watch Jimmy Johnson, who is racing this weekend alongside his friend Dario Franchitti. And Marino Franchitti is racing as well, actually.
You know, Frankie.
Second lap times coming through. Yeah, he's racing the AC Cobra Le Mans Coupe in the next race that will head out there. That's at 11:05. Oh no, the
Marini's
Magic
been
Cup.
deleted.
Say again?
Marini.
Oh. The St Mary's Trophy is going to be an interesting race later on today as well, just as a heads up.
I remember that being quite interesting last year.
It was the British Touring Car event, that's what you were there for. Comms lineup for that one is going to be, well, I've got the Barry Sheen Memorial Trophy at 11:05 if you fancy coming in. The bikes, the classicals.
I have stuff to do.
Magic Cup is me and Omi. St Mary's Trophy is me alongside Owen and Tom. Ford Water Trophy is me and Owen. The Whitson Trophy is me, Owen and Tom again. And then I've got the Sterling Moss Memorial Trophy along with the guys. And then it is trackside audio for the Chichester Cup and the Sussex Trophy. Barry Sheen Memorial Trophy Part 2, I'm there as well going through. And yeah, Royal Oliver Club TT Celebration and everyone else going through. The Glover Trophy is the F1 cars, so is the Richmond and Gordon trophies. And then the St Mary's Trophy Part 2, that's me and Nina in the booth.
Oh, a bird almost got hit, but it was missed.
So,
That's
yeah.
Quattararo almost did that.
So, first lap times, Alex Marquez gone fastest because Marc Marquez's lap time has been deleted by the stewards. Yeah.
At least they don't favouritize people.
So, Alex on top, 130.222. Bezzecchi second, Acosta third, Morbidelli fourth. Then Bagnaia fifth, Gigi sixth, Mark seventh, Quadraro eighth, Marini ninth, Martin in 10th. Mia and Aldeguer not yet set a lap time on the timing screen. Let's hope both Marquez's off the sprint podium today. That's wishful thinking too.
Speaking of, here's Alex.
Yeah, it is Alex on the back of that time. Let's have a look. Where are we going? I've predicted Frankie for pole today. Had the pace this weekend. Frankie Bezzecchi, I think it looks like they've had the pace of a Mark and Martin. Marini isn't far off Mark in pace terms. And then we get Plug saying 129 is coming. Sean says as well, I'm saying Bezzecchi. Mark will be guaranteed match points in Japan if he doesn't lose 10 points to Alex in the sprint later. And Indy B has said, hello, stumbled onto this channel. What a gem. Thank you, Smiley Face. Thank you very much, Indy. Hope you enjoy it out there as well. And let's have a look. Sean also saying, well, you could only dream for Mark to be off the podium because he finds ways to win even if he doesn't start on pole. He's won 15 out of the 16 sprint races this year, is Marc Marquez. The only one he hasn't won at Silverstone, Alex won.
Can Marquez just give up at least one?
He's saying that nobody's perfect. But in fact, Silverstone was the only weekend when Mark didn't win anything. Alex won the sprint and Bezzecchi won
But
the
the
Grand Prix.
Bloodline still won.
Yeah. Well, then again, Mark crashed in the race. Before that red flag came out, Mark crashed on the oil of his own bike at Silverstone.
Quite funny.
Yeah.
Also, why was Bezzecchi looking like he was questioning his life decisions just then?
If you're Marco Bezzecchi, wouldn't you be questioning your life decisions in your home soil and then going like, oh, I'm second and I could be on pole position?
A little.
Yeah. Oh, Alex goes out in front and Mark's right behind him. Mark holding his hand like an Italian. Getting
He's
into the spirit of
channeling.
things, yeah.
He's channeling the track. That's how he gets into the spirit of things and how he wins so often. He channels the track itself.
But this, I know we're in Italy, in Rimini to be precise, but this is technically the San Marino Grand Prix. We just sort of blend an eye.
Yeah.
We're in the Emilia-Romagna region.
We just turn a blind eye and just be like, Italy?
Yeah.
I don't see any difference.
All
There
fine
isn't.
by me. The Royal Ornament Club TT Celebration practice is underway. That's their qualifying session, by the way. Heading out there to the circuit. Probably right. Oh, hello. There's
He's
Alex.
in Alex's box today.
So, where's F? Is it there?
He was in Alex's box for qualifying last time.
So he's saying Saturday in one, Sunday in the other.
Yeah. So basically, he spends time in one box in the sun that he thinks might win that day, and then the other one.
Yeah. Because Alex probably could win as well, the sprint. Although it was opposite way round, wasn't it? Alex won the Grand Prix last time out in
Yeah, but he had to run.
He had to run, yeah.
Just be like,
Oh, Bagnaya's had his lap time cancel for a shortcut, so even he's had to back out that run. So Davide Tardotti's looking a little bit worried.
I think he's just naturally always like that for Bagnaia at the minute, given how Bagnaia seems to be so disconnected from the bike.
Yeah. Well,
I don't get
they're
what's
saying
going
that in the test on Monday, they want Bagnaia. He wants to run the 24 bike because there's an engine freeze, so nothing's improving. Next year's the last year of the regulations. He wants to run the 24 package, but Mark doesn't want to ride the 24 package because he's happy with the 25.
Well,
So
they can
there's a
ride
split going
different
on.
ones.
Yeah. To be fair, they need to sort of... They can't run separate bikes because it's a factory team. They have to run the same spec between the two of them.
How about this? They run both bikes during the test.
Which they can do.
Each seeing which one they do better on, and whichever one has the overall most improvements,
Yeah.
they go for that one.
Thing is, they did that as well in pre-season testing, and they couldn't find any difference. That's why we started the year with the GP 24.5.
So what are they both complaining about? It's basically just picking and choosing which child they prefer.
Because Mark has got so much better on this version of the bike, which is now developed into the 25 with all the aero packages.
But he hasn't properly
yeah.
tried the other one yet.
Yeah, he
It
hasn't.
might be just as good there.
But if you're Marc Marquez and you're getting along with this bike and you're dominating the season and only lost out on 3 races in the entire year, do you really
don't want to
think...
give it
Yeah.
to a person who dominated
on last
the
year's
other
bike,
one.
yeah. It's such a trick. Oh,
Yellow.
hang on a minute. That's down. That's behind Marc Marquez. That's Pedro Acosta. Pedro
goes my
Acosta's
pick.
just dropped the bike coming out of turn 15. That brings out a yellow.
Still
Now,
holding on.
Mark was past that point, so he should be able to be okay to take this lap time, but he still doesn't go faster.
Ooh.
Mark goes second, 1:30.352. You said Acosta, didn't you? Look at his
Yeah.
sector times. Fastest sector 1 and 2 anyway before he crashed. So watch out for Acosta to maybe pick something up, because he was only a drop in
Oh,
front. There's no
what-
real problem.
What's going on there?
Well, but Eddie goes fifth.
Yeah, though, what's going on with his front tyres?
It's wobbling around like crazy. He can't get the stability down, can he?
No. Hold on, here's a replay of Acosta, round turn 14, just comes into it and then mid-corner just
Bump.
loses it. Still holds on.
Yeah, hit the bump.
I'm wondering, when he was a child, did he just always hold on when he fell over on his bicycle?
I think so, yeah. It's sort of like instinct. Although Simon just agreed with you, by the way. That
With the
Acosta could have been pole position.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, because that was a pole lap time on it.
Next time, oh, Bezzecchi's looking quite strong with his positioning right now, about 500, sorry. I was
Yeah.
about to say 50,000. Technically, that would have been
It's
right
true
as well.
yeah.
Either way, I would have been right, though he's looking quite up on the time.
Well, 1,092 thousandths down is Pecco Bagnaia. 1:30.412. So
Is
he's
he
10ths
okay?
down. He's 2 tenths down on the overall run. Here comes Digi over the line. He's 3 tenths down at the moment. Can he improve on the 7th with the 49? No, he can't. 1:35.35.
Is Bagnaia okay?
I can see a prototype out of the circuit in the GT Challenge. I wonder.
Trying it out.
Yeah.
It
Look
looks
at
more like-
Quartararo. He's up by 33 thousandths. Morbidelli goes from 6th to 3rd. 1:33.83. My eyes on Quaddy.
That looks like a car from either The Simpsons or James Bond.
It's a Porsche 906.
That explains why I think it looks so James Bondish. But the front of the car is giving very Simpsons vibes.
The car designed for Homer.
Yeah.
The Porsche 906 is a beautiful livery of the car, but yeah, it's just being a bit slow now. Right. I don't think it's meant to be out there.
I think they're just giving it a test run in the wet.
Look at Quartararo, up to 2nd position, 1:30.318. Fabulous lap time for Fabi. But we got Digi and Bezzecchi improving.
Woohoo!
30
And Aldegar as well probably goes up into 3rd, I would say.
Should do on his timing screens, but Digi's down by 0.2 of a second. Now he's only estimated to go 6th place, but Bezzecchi's there by 19 thousandths. Oh, not again.
Bagnaia loses his lap time, Aldegar goes 9th, and Bezzecchi goes slower in the 3rd sector.
Digi goes over the line and improves up to 6th position with a 1:30.395. Bezzecchi goes over to pole position.
Woohoo! That's with a slow sector through.
88 thousandths, that's all it takes. 1:30.134. He looked nervous coming out of the pit lane, but he's put a brilliant to top dog. With 20 seconds left, I think that might be it.
Ooh, look at Quartararo.
Martin's not even there, he's in 11th. Martin's backed out the lap time. Look, Martin gave the toe and wanted to help Bezzecchi go through.
Why is Mia just...
Martin blocked Bezzecchi. Martin blocked Bezzecchi.
That's sector 3.
Yeah. That's
You
over.
blocked him and he still got faster than you. I think that's karma.
Look at Quartararo, estimated to go fastest. Is he going to take pole position? He's keeping it nicely down to the last corner. He's been a surprise, hasn't he? Over the line comes Fabio Quartararo. Is in pole position? No! Stays 3rd. Time, not position.
Well, at least Bezzecchi's got the pole position.
He's 6 thousandths away from Alex. He's inside 94 thousandths of a second to Marco Bezzecchi. That's nothing in MotoGP.
The top 3 are separated by a 10th.
It's insane. Here comes Bagnaia. Does he improve anywhere?
No.
Stays 7th.
Mark's 4th.
2nd week running. He starts 4th on the grid for both races, and he won both of them last week.
I'm beginning to think he prefers being in 4th position.
Juan Mir didn't set a lap time at all. by
Yeah,
the way.
he just didn't come
He
out.
was-
Sector 2 again, I think
Well,
gravel.
he wasn't feeling very well. He was going to have issues, so I wonder if that
Food
now
poisoning?
is... Well, he can start the race, but we'll see what happens. He's not doing qualifying, so the worst he starts is 12th. Personally, if you don't take part in qualifying, I think you should be put to the back of the grid,
Yeah.
because that's just cheating the system. Marini's got 6th!
Woo!
Lap time cancelled for the 54 for track limits of Aldegar. So that puts
Aldegar.
Marini back to 6th position.
Oh, to go. He's not so much questioning his life decisions now, Bezzecchi.
No. That is his 6th MotoGP pole and his 10th of his career. 2 poles in Moto2 and Moto3 each. His 6th MotoGP pole position.
Woohoo!
All like it. What did you make of that one then? Oh, hang on a minute, what's that?
I do not know.
It's in Italian anyway.
Yeah.
What did you make of that session then, Megs? As they are going to do some practice starts on the track.
I thought it was quite good, and I'm really happy that Bezzecchi got pole, because given the look on his face before he started that quali, I think the man really needed it.
Okie dokie. Right, let's head back down there to TNT. Megs, we'll see you later on. For now, let's head back to the booth.
Good start as well. One of the things that they've sorted out on the Aprilia through the year. Takes the plaudits from faithful crowd. Bez has a little dance around La Quercia. Great day. Well, this will be a special moment for him. Of course, let's not forget home race for Aprilia too. It's a big one, that.
Ted will be disappointed. Only 0.3 off, just over. third row of the grid in 9th.
Yeah, that spill cost him.
This was the lap. Like I said, just he's wide, he's just trail braking.
30 miles an hour, down he goes.
Does not let go of it. Wonder what the lap time was. Let's see, I think it might be 1 minute 40, wasn't it? Oh, 44, 1 minute 44.
Just in 14 seconds. He's going down and trying to pick the bike up. Well, again, Bez is built this weekend. Looks strong from the off. Helped his teammate yesterday. Martin only 11th today. He's a contender for the San Marino Rimini Riviera Grand Prix. None more special than this one for Bezzecchi. With the soft tyre on in particular, and that is the sprint, he was as competitive as Marquez yesterday.
Tell you what, Alex Marquez will be really happy with that. Like you said, he's a best result of a 6th place finish in MotoGP round it here. Not one of his best tracks. And a disappointing session by this man's standards. Never really put a lap together, did he? Didn't look like.
No, a bit messy. Been like that over the years, though, hasn't it, here?
Yeah.
In Misano. Scrappy track. So, second pole of the season for Marco Bezzecchi. He's 6th in the Premier class. Growing in stature as this season has gone on. With big celebrations that they even got through to Q2 yesterday, both of the riders. But now, that is his 4th front row in the last 6. Bear in mind, at the start of the season for Bezzecchi, he couldn't get on the front 2 rows until we got to Assen. And there's been a big turnaround since then. Really growing in stature as factory Aprilia's lead man, despite the fact he's got the world champion alongside Susie. Bez on the front row. It's Aprilia, Satellite Ducati, Yamaha are front row of the grid with a home rider, Rimini man, Marco Bezzecchi on pole.
That's a front row, isn't it? And great for this man, actually, Luca Marini, as we just see shots of him just edging himself onto the second row and knocking Digi off both local riders, obviously. Luca is being Valentino's brother. But what about that for Marco Bezzecchi? We knew that he was really wanting to make headway, and that's fantastic from him today.
Yeah, second pole of the season. We've seen from him all weekend the pace was there, but it's hard to put everything together to get the one lap. You have to be so precise around this racetrack. The margins are oh so close. But yeah, today Bezzecchi, he was so good on this Aprilia, and he's so good in race rhythm. So I think, yeah, the pole's a little bit of a surprise for me. I didn't expect it, I got to say, but yeah, he's pulled it out of the bag.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic for Marco Bezzecchi. Something a little bit off, perhaps, with Marc Marquez, but Alex, his brother, putting it on the front row. A terrific day for him.
Yeah, really good again after that obviously excellent weekend in Catalonia. So Alex Marquez, with the race pace and with the time attack, he's again so quick around the right-handers. So this is exactly where he is now, turn 11, 12, 13. That's where he makes the difference. He can carry that corner speed. That's where, see how much he caught Marc there on that. That was on that first time attack. So yeah, Alex Marquez, well, looking like a threat again for the race win. I love it that we have different people at the front, and
yeah.
and they are, I mean, they are managing to put Marc really on the back foot. And he started last week.
Well, and also we saw Marc back out of that lap there, having to start from the second row. That is not where he wants to start from.
No, looks really nervous. Looks like he didn't quite get that confidence with the front end. You know, we come from Catalonia, where everything is greasy and it's always feel like you're riding with wet tires on the dry. Like, and here, everything is super sharp. There's bumps. The track is much smaller, feels narrower, and it's a lot more aggressive. So you see the bike out of shape, and riders having to really fight them hard. And with Marc, he didn't quite find that edge, that feeling that he needs.
Yeah, Fabio Quartararo did. He managed to put his Yamaha on the front row. That's quite some feat.
Yeah, 2 exceptional laps at the end. And you can see from his body language, I know he has been quite emotional today, but he was frustrated. He left something out there, which could have been a pole lap today, but to put the Yamaha in the front row, it is just Fabio doing Fabio things. And yeah, the body language immediately is, I'm not happy with that lap. There was more, because there were 2 laps almost identical. And yeah, it could have been a pole today, but I think you've got to take your hat off to him once again on the Yamaha. He's just working miracles somehow, putting that bike on the front row of the grid.
Yeah, and a couple of local lads on the second row in Franco Morbidelli, Luca Marini, having that late push just to knock Digi off onto the third row. Race pace-wise, what have you seen from Luca Marini?
Marini looks good. He's good with the medium as well. He's managed to make it last. So yeah, for him that's really important because he's not really been qualifying that well. So yeah, it's coming. That Honda and Luca Marini just bringing that pace, and we didn't expect it. You know, for him to come back like that. He's had that really heavy injury in the 8-hour Suzuka test that was back in June. Since then, he's come back and he's so strong. And Honda keeps making inroads. They've got this new rear seat unit with a different aero as before. Before they used to have this spoiler, and now they have this like sort of massive Stegosaurus thingies, and then they've got the side, the thingies. I'm going to call them thingies because what would you call it?
Was that a Stegosaurus that you tried to throw in the sentence there?
The Stegosaurus thingies at the back, yeah.
Thingies.
So they've got really big, high, chunky ones, don't they, now? And they also have this side thing behind the rider on the seat as well, like the Aprilia. So they are, you know, really making inroads as well with the aero.
I feel Michael dying next year.
What would you call them, Michael?
The side pods, I'm not...
Side pods, yeah. That's much better.
Side pod thingies.
Well, I'm going to carry on.
Go with thingies, that works. Yeah.
Thingies.
Okay.
Aero thingies.
Should we have a little word about Pecco? He's ended up on the third row. I mean, it was tight, that qualifying session, but that's going to be a little bit tricky from the third row, isn't it?
It's tricky, but I think he's going to be happy with that. After the disaster,
yeah, it's still better
Catalonia,
than the last few weeks.
You know, I mean, in Catalonia, he was just in front, or he was dicing with the test riders, and here, you know, he's there, like you know, a couple of tenths, whatever. You know, he's much more in the rhythm, so he's got to be happy with that. That's a great step forward for him.
Do you fancy a bit of Fabio now?
Yeah, I mean, I love Fabio. He's just so amazing. The fact that he's able to produce that lap times, be so much faster than the other Yamaha riders, just tells you it's the rider making the difference, and he keeps delivering. So yeah, if Fabio is on a bike, it's like something special to watch.
Yeah, he's flattering that bike, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Let's hear from the young Frenchman then now.
Fabio, front row there, but it was a shake of the head as you crossed the line. Were you frustrated? Did you think you had something more in the locker today?
I don't know what lap time did bad today, but I made a big mistake in turn 10. I went super wide. So I think at least 1/10 or half-tenth was there, but yeah, I didn't expect to make this lap time. So hopefully we can make a great start and see if we can achieve a great job.
Yeah, you were saying yesterday you were struggling with the soft rear. You had some work on the electronics to do. Clearly, a lot of work was done overnight. A lot of work still to do ahead of the sprint.
Yes, a lot of job to do, a lot of things to achieve. But I think that it's going to be super important to be clever, especially on the first lap. That is the place where we are struggling more.
Well, thank you very much for that. Good luck in the sprint.
Thank you.
He is usually good on a first lap, Fabio.
Oh yeah, he's super aggressive and he's excellent at activating the tires, like what he did in Catalonia last week, for example. You know, going around riders on that first left-hander on that chicane, that was really special. So it's a little similar actually here. You got right and left. You know, that first left turn it's like you don't really load the tires properly, and Fabio is excellent at doing that.
Yeah, shall we have a word about Pedro Acosta, who looked like he was on the pace actually at one point to get himself onto the front row and then had that crash. That was such a shame.
He had a good wheel and everything was lined up for him perfect to perhaps be on the front row of the grid. Just asked a little too much into turn 14, folds under, and yeah, I think if he'd have got through that turn, especially with Mark up in front as a good marker, he'd have put a lap time in that would have seen him front row, maybe second row at worst. So he'd be frustrated, but what a recovery. 14 seconds lost on this lap, picked it up, off he went again. So yeah, I wouldn't rule Pedro Acosta. I think he ended up in the third row in the end.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
So that's not a disaster for him. He starts so well and races so well, makes overtakes, but yeah, should have been higher today. And he's got to be happy with the lap time that was in there as well.
Yeah, definitely more to come from Pedro, isn't there? That aggression we saw there. All right, let's hear what the pole man has to say. Here is simply the Bez.
Bez, pole position at home. Things don't get much better than this. It seems like it's half a job done. Pole position, and what can you do in the sprint now?
Well, I think half is a bit too much. I think it's less than half because, you know, now we have 2 races, so will be important this afternoon and also tomorrow, especially tomorrow. But the qualifying is always a key point, and was good for me, and because of this I'm really happy and satisfied. So yeah, let's try to keep ourselves concentrate, try to work on the details and make the best out of the races.
Tell us about that last sector. It looked like you were a little bit off the pace and you pulled something out of the bag there.
Well, I gave everything I had, and risking also a little bit, but you know, it's normal in qualifying, and was good. I felt good with the bike. I enjoyed riding, and I'm very happy.
See what it means to you and the team. Good luck later on.
Thank you very much.
Marco Bezzecchi in pole position, and he's second of the year, keeping it contained as ever.
I love it. Risking a little bit, mate. No, that's like every corner, everything on the line, taking maximum risk. So yeah, he's playing it down there, but Marco Bezzecchi delivered a stunning lap. It was actually hampered a little bit as well by his teammate that was on the curb on the approach to turn 11.
Yeah, Jorge was in the way a bit.
Yeah, normally you try and open up that corner because there's so much corner speed to be carried there, and you will be on that curb there. So yeah, Marco Bezzecchi with a stunning lap, and Aprilia again delivering on a track where you wouldn't expect them.
No, and a stop-and-go track. They've changed the bike now for stop-and-go tracks. Don't work at flowing ones.
They have changed it. Yeah, that bike has been changed, and yeah, it's nice to see that they can deliver on this track and putting a championship bike together, because you can't win a championship if your bike is going to excel.
You're right, you've got a little fly that in love with you.
You can't win a championship if your bike just works on particular tracks. You know, like it has in the past, the flowing stuff, the Silverstones, the Barcelona, and now it looks like it's working even better on the other type of track, on the stop and go. So Aprilia is really putting a great challenge and a great package together.
Great to do that at home, get that pole position, absolutely brilliant to see. Alex Marquez, winner last weekend in Barcelona, putting his bike on the front row. Rachel is talking to him now.
Alex, congratulations, second today. You said after last weekend you thought this might be a bit of a struggle, but it doesn't seem to be the case at the moment.
I mean, one lap, always, in MotoGP riders, everybody can make one good lap. But anyway, on rhythm, we are struggling a little bit. We are not to fight for the win like in Montmeló. But anyway, it looks like here Mark have something more, especially Marco for the sprint, Mark for the main race. So it will be interesting to see if we have somebody in front today on the sprint. We'll try to learn the lines and to see what they are making different. But for the rest, I'm happy. I think we did a good step today on the morning. We tried a different thing in the second round that was not working as we expected. But anyway, I'm feeling good with the bike, so I have confidence and I will try to go for it.
I mean, the position you've put yourself in as well, the front row, that's so important here as well, especially because it's a narrow track, very different to last week. So with that in mind, surely that gives you a bit more confidence too.
Yeah, of course, to be fast, to be constant in a track like that normally, I'm struggling a lot. It's always positive and always gives to you confidence. So when you're coming from a win, you always have that confidence, but if you confirm on track, it's much better. So happy for that. Now we'll try to adjust a few things and try on the sprint race our best.
Great job. Good luck later.
Thank you so much.
Alex Marquez sounding ominous there. Michael, what has he got in race trim, do you think?
Yeah, obviously he's coming from his home GP where he was quite dominant, but then he's turned up in the Italian's backyard and he doesn't quite have it, and he's pragmatic. He's not expecting to fight for the victory in this one, but going to learn from all the VR46 boys what the lines are around this track, and then maybe he's got something for tomorrow. But as he said, still put it together one lap, and he's on the front row of the grid. He's delivering every time, even when he didn't quite feel it this weekend.
Yeah, still loving that purple patch, I think, from last weekend, isn't he, in that zone, which is really good to see. Okay, well, we're going to take a short break now, and when we come back, don't forget the sprint is at 2 o'clock this afternoon.
Yeah, well, there we go. All the action completed. MotoGP is up next here. You can join that on JBMotorsports 2 for all the action. It is pole position for Marco Bezzecchi at Mazzano. We'll see you later on for the Tissot sprint. Bye-bye.